Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and we have some interesting news here. Now, I actually find this very, very interesting, if I'm going to be quite honest. Now, I do want to sort of start this with a disclaimer and say that this could be nothing. There is at least a little bit of a chance that this is going to amount to absolutely nothing, but there is previous evidence that this could be something. Plus, there's more evidence that we very likely will be getting an LR, somehow related to STR Blue Kaioken Goku, right? So what we had is last night we had the data download. I actually don't have DBZ space up. Oh, but I do have this right here. So we had the data download, which, brought the Blue Kaioken Goku to JP, as well as the awakenings for this Vegeta and Goku. Me and the homie Goresh were just talking last night, and Goresh was like, we now know why this Vegeta and Goku are so damn OP, is because they're made for Extreme Super Battle Mode. It was Goresh said that, I was like, oh, you're right. Now, personally, I'm going to put this video up, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4, so if you guys see it's like 6:43 a.m. my time, I'm going to put this video out at like, I don't know, like 4 p.m. or 2 p.m. or something like that, my time, after the celebration info comes out, which will come out at 11 a.m. my time. So this video is going to go up after that. We will find out what EZA is coming with this celebration at that time. I assume it's physical Vegito Blue, but it might not be. But it makes the most sense for why physical Vegito Blue will be the EZA. I've explained it several times that Global, they're like dead set on keeping the celebrations the same and the EZAs the same on like these celebrations, then moving over to Global, right? So it makes sense because this is not a celebration that's going to happen on Global. Blue Kaioken Goku right here, they're going to probably do the Vegito Blue EZA. Like now is the perfect time to get them done. And then there's also the, the April Fool's Day card, which is this Bulma right here, which is cool. Like, she's a very good card. Another free 100% rainbow unit, like, just super awesome, right? Dokkan doing a really good job with stuff like that. So in that data download last night, 2 extra things happened, was this right here. So we had Cell's assets changed, and now, what's interesting here, do I have, no, I only have Cell pulled up. Where is he? Okay, yeah, here he is. Okay. So this is May 20th of 2015. This Cell came out. Now, I think I have... Yeah, I got it. Okay, so I got him on DBZ space here. This is Global right here. See? We can see that we're on the Global version. This is what this SR Cell looks like. So this Cell has always looked like this. I never noticed. That Cell's nails should have been black, but they were always just pure white like that. I never noticed. And how many times have I pulled this Cell? 300, 400, 500, 600, 1,000? Have I pulled this guy over 1,000 times? He's an SR. How many summons have I done, right? Like, I don't know. I might have pulled this guy over like 1,000 times or something like that, or an insane number. So for the fact that I never noticed that his nails aren't colored is weird. Then we have this right here. Now, this is going to lead to one of 2 good things, I think. This right here, this is meaningful. The Cell doesn't really matter too much. This, again, could be nothing. Like, they could just be like, oh, let's make sure that Jiren completely matches how he looked in the anime, right? They corrected his shirt, so now he has the red shirt, and then they also gave him the one tear on his pants, obviously to emulate how he was looking in the anime. Now, this could be one of several reasons, right? The best case scenario would be this Jiren is about to be a summonable LR that they're going to drop as part 2. Now, I would say, personally, I feel as though a dual Dokkan Fest of UI Goku and this Jiren, super full power Jiren, as he's called in Dragon Ball Heroes, that feels like 6-year anniversary Dokkan Fest exclusive dual Dokkan Fest material to me. That's the way that, like, this guy is on that level with UI Goku. Now, I talked with some people, I asked, like, do you think, is UI Goku the most hyped character they could drop? Like, it was a question related to Legends, and, like, a bunch of people on the podcast, they were like, no, Blue Gogeta. I mean, but I still kind of feel like UI Goku, like, I don't know, like, if they drop UI Goku for, like, 6th-year anniversary, it's not gonna get much better than that. And this guy, there's several different partners they could put along with Goku. They could do Kefla, they could do Jiren, or they could do Evolution Blue Vegeta. We still don't have an Evolution Blue Vegeta card. I suppose they could also do a transforming Jiren, although that really does go against the purpose of his character. Like, I felt like Jiren was just like, he's not supposed to be like one of these transforming villains like that. Like, every villain in Dragon Ball, it's like Goku Black, Cell, Frieza, Boo, Golden Frieza, right? Like, all of these guys, it's like transformation, and it's like Jiren is just like, no, he's just, boom, he's at full power, he's coming right at you, you know, that's kind of the way it is. So I don't know. Now, again, there's one of 3 scenarios. 1, this is nothing. 2, this guy's going to be summonable LR. Or 3 is they could bring back this raid EZA, which they have never brought back. They have since brought back the Cell raid EZA, which is permanent because it EZAs the STR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. They have since also brought back the Omega Shenron raid EZA. They only did that for one celebration, though. But, I mean, that one should be permanently made available, too, because you can get the Spirit Bomb Kid Goku from that, right? Which is super important. Wait, right? They did bring that... Am I crazy? Or did they did bring the Omega Shenron EZA back for, like, 2 weeks in a recent celebration, right? I'm 99% positive. They definitely did. I don't. It's probably not gonna say. Maybe someone says it in the comments. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, but I remember this one coming back, so it would make sense for this raid EZA to come back during this Blue Kaioken Goku celebration, right? Now, there's not really any special rewards. Like, if you haven't grinded it up to, you know, level 100, you know, you didn't get the Kais and the Orbs, which is nice. But, you know, there's no, like, units EZing or anything like that from this event. I would like this to come back because I never actually made it to stage 999. If you guys want to know the story behind that, I didn't grind this raid EZA to stage 999 because that was when I first started watching Attack on Titan and reading Attack on Titan. And I let it distract me, so I was not able to finish getting to stage 999 for this. So it'll be good. It'll be cool if it returns. I will get to stage 999. Now, here's the thing. So the evidence that this guy could be an LR is this right here. We have two separate arts for Super Full Power Jiren, right? So this one is only in the Extreme Z Battle event, the Raid EZA. Then there's also the story event, which has this version right here, right? And then boom, we've got this, you know, awesome story event. I really wish they would go back to the Tournament of Power sooner or later, but you know, we'll see what they're gonna decide to do, right? So we have an SSR like that. Looks like an SSR art to me, like that. Like you're pulling. And that is the SSR for LRG, right? Come on, you're all nodding in agreement with that, right? That looks like SSR art to me. Then you got the TUR, and then, you know, we would get the LR for Super Full Power Jiren. I would love it. I think it would be a very good idea. I do feel as though he's a character worthy of being a Dokkan Fest or something like that, but I thought the same thing about LR Rose Goku Black, and they just dropped him. So, here's the thing. I will say this. We got the survey where they were talking about Heroes LRs and Heroes Dokkan Fest exclusives. I don't think they would drop Rose the way they did. Again, he should be like a Dokkan Fest character, I almost feel like, with like a new event and all that. But like they know like, oh, we're going to start dropping hero stuff. So like Jiren could just be a summonable LR because we're going to have Dokkan Festival exclusive LR Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegito, right? Like, so that's to me like justification that this might turn into an LR. And we have seen this exact situation before, right? This this Frieza art right here. He came out on June 13th, 2019. His art was in the game at like, it was like the 2-year anniversary or something like that. Like his art was in the files for like 3 years before they made him an LR, right? And then obviously he, you know, begins to awaken. He goes all the way to LR. I'm about to bring something up in 1 second. And then here's the thing. So we already had that SSR art, right? We're always expecting them to use him. Then this Frieza story event. No, I'm getting all mixed up. This Frieza story event here. I can get rid of these Jiren cards now. This Frieza story event dropped. Again, before this Frieza, right? Because this guy came out June 13th. The story event came out on May 31st. And the TUR art right here. Boom. Right there. This guy was in there. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. All of a sudden, there's 2 arts for LR Full Power Frieza here. Obviously, they're going to do something. And, like, we were all guessing, like, LR Full Power Frieza's coming, and then sure enough, he did, right? So this could be a similar thing with this Jiren. Why would they update his assets like that? I mean, I guess they updated Cell, too, which is obviously, like, that Cell is not going to become anything, right? Like, there's no way. So it could be nothing, but we have a precedent already established here for them turning old, non-usable, like non-obtainable cards into units like that. So I want to pull up a banner. I could show just how old that SSR Frieza is, by the way. Let me just pull up the last LR banner, and I could prove this real quick. I guess it's Rose and Broly. Okay, yeah. All right, so if we go here, right, and then we go to cards. Now, this is always weird. Future Gohan 17 and 18, for some reason, and Xeno Trunks, they're always at the top right here, despite the fact that they're super old, like the way their card IDs are or whatever. But then here we can see these are all the most recent units that have released, right? Trunks and Bardock from the 5-year anniversary, Dabura and Gohan from the dual celebration, Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku coming to global probably within the next 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks or so, for part of the Android 13 celebration. Then we see all these LRs, right? Boom, boom, boom. So Frieza would have came out in between Kale and Caulifla and this Broly. Well, I guess they're in the data. This guy, they had already come out in global. So, no, really. Frieza would have been in between Nail and this AGL Frieza. That's where LR Full Power Frieza should be, is right there. But we gotta go all the way down here before we get to LR Full Power Frieza's SSR. Boom. Like, look. I think LR Broly and LR Gohan weren't even in the data yet, right? Yep, there's LR Gohan and Majin Vegeta and Broly all the way up here. So that shows you, like, you know, remember, LR Gohan came out basically during the 2nd year anniversary, right? So, Full Power Frieza, he was in the data for a super long time, and that makes sense with Jiren. Jiren has been in the data for a super long time, so the fact that they're updating his assets is probably meaningful. Again, you know, we have Blue Kaioken Goku is coming. Now, I did also want to point out, too, the evidence that here was the celebration last year, the global first hit, right? And then it came to JP at literally the exact same time. Like, what is Hit's release date here? Is April 1st. Oh, shit. And then Blue Kaioken Goku, his release date is also April 1st. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, okay, there we go. So then if we head over, right, we got, you know, the Hit Dokkan Fest events. The April Fool's stuff is the same. The EZA, again, I think this will probably be Vegito Blue, but I guess it could be Spirit Monster Ray Trunks, AGL Rosé. One of those 3 probably is what we'll see, unless it's some random unit, which could be cool, I guess. And then we had the LR banner with Kale and Caulifla. So I think so far the schedule on JP this year has followed exactly what they did last year, down to a T. Even March being like filled to the brim with content. Well, and I get the last part of that Saiyan Day celebration was whack, but like, you know, JP last year had 2 Dokkan Fests in March and then 1 on April 1st, and then it's the same thing this year. 2 Dokkan Fest exclusives in March and 1 in April 1st. Usually, they don't do more than 1 every 30 days, whereas here on JP right now, we've had 3 Dokkan Fest exclusives in the last 30 days, which is crazy, right? So, and Global is going to be right around that same time frame as well. It's not like Global's been slow during this time. Although Global didn't get Extreme Super Battle Road, right? So then, of course, here's the 2 banners. Now, I suspect that the Goku banner will be different from the Goku banner that we saw on Global, right? Why don't I actually just pull up Blue Kaioken Goku's banner? Maybe that's a good idea, huh? Good thing it's not that far away. He only came out in December, so we only have to scroll down a small, tiny bit. He is coming. No, that's Gohan. We still got to go past Piccolo. There's Piccolo. Okay, now Blue Kaioken Goku. There he is right there. Boom. I expect this banner to be at least a little bit different. There's no way Future Gohan is not on the banner. They're not. Future Gohan is going to be on that banner. They're not going to push him back again. So who he replaces on there, I don't know. I do not expect them to make this an 8-featured SSR banner because there's no LR on it. I just don't think. The only time we've seen them do that is on Global for the Trunks and Zamasu Dual Dokkan Fest. But I felt like that was more of an instance of them trying to sort of fix like the wonky release schedule for Metal Cooler and Kid Goku, because like the banners were different on Global and JP, right? So I do expect this banner will be a little bit different. Then of course we had the Kale and Caulifla banner. This is what I think, you know, LR Full Power Jiren could be it. Honestly, there's other things that it could be, you know, maybe like a LR Gohan and Piccolo, maybe like 17 and 8. Well, no, 17, there's LR Android 17 and 18. Then there's also the TUR for LR Android 16, 17, and 18, which is 17 and 18. But I guess they could do a 17 and 18 from the Tournament of Power. It'd be another usable unit for the Universal Travel Arc, which would be cool. They could do Roshi. Roshi, I feel like, would sell very well. Even as a summonable LR, you might think, Roshi? But it's like, no, I think that would sell super, that would go over really well in Japan. So, we'll see. But I am expecting a summonable LR in about 2 weeks. Because Kale and Khalifa, I believe, what did they come out on, like, the 15th or something like that of April? I remember, like, when they were coming out, I was watching all of the Marvel films to prepare for Endgame, right? So, April 16th, 2019. We'll see. Is this Jiren or whatever LR going to be the best unit in the game, replacing the Blue Fusions like Kale and Khalifa did last year? Probably not, but it could happen, right? So let me know what you guys think about LR Jiren, possibly. Let me know if you think it's nothing, and I'll catch y'all next time.